Hello friends, today's topic is Uber cost. Let's rant.
This is your daily reminder to take a screenshot of your Ubers whenever you're ordering a ride. I ordered a ride yesterday for $24. Why do I get home? I'm on FaceTime with my boyfriend. I get my receipt summary and it says $46.97. I did not pay for a ride that was $46.97 motherfucking cents. That's not what showed up on my ride screen when I requested my ride. That's not what I paid for originally, and so that's not what I was gonna pay for in the end. I went to the help button. I clicked two things. I clicked my ride price was wrong, and then the second button is explaining what the issue was, and I said that the route that the driver took or something like that was too long, and they gave me my money back immediately. So clearly Uber is just out here bullshitting and banking on the fact that you as an individual won't be observant enough to go back and make sure that what you requested and what you paid are the same thing. So this is me telling you that whenever you order an Uber, you should always check the receipt that they send you afterwards, because that's actually fucking ridiculous. That's actually like misrepresentation, false information. Like, I don't know what the legal terminology for that is, but you guys are fucking lying and it's giving class action lawsuit. And this is not to say that I don't think drivers should get compensation for the work that they're doing. They definitely should, but there's a way to go about it. And if you want to charge me $46 for a ride, that's fine, but you need to be upfront and charge me when I'm looking at the screen and selecting the ride that I want, because I would not have paid for the fucking ride if it was going to be $46.
I'm not even gonna lie. Uber robbing us. I'm sitting in this cab and I'm trying to keep my cool because it's not poppy for in the front. But Uber dead robbing us. When I click on this Uber app, the price that they showed me was $30 to go home, right? And then when I saw I had a co-rider, they said you'll be saving $8.86. When I go on the app, it says I'm paying $31. We just dropped off a co-rider and we're picking up another co-rider, which I don't have a problem. I use shared. I don't have a problem with the shared. I used it. Obviously, I got nothing but time. I don't got nowhere to be but 7. There's only 10 something. But that price, why am I being robbed? What's going on? Y'all telling me, one, y'all told me $30 and I'm sitting here and I'm paying 31. I'm 2 co-riders and that I didn't, where's my discount? Where's my discount? I'm legit confused. Like, Uber, count your fucking days. And I'm pissed off. I ain't even gonna lie, because it's the principle. I'm a loyal customer and y'all just lost y'all customer. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, that's my last time with Uber.
Can I just talk about these Uber fees for a second? I just took a close look at a receipt that I was submitting for an expense report from 2 weeks ago. When I called an Uber the night before I reserved it for a morning trip to the airport, because I'm always afraid that if I call it too close, then it's not going to come in time. Anyway, I wasn't aware that there was a fee to do that. I don't remember seeing it. I've done it a couple times and I've never noticed this. But anyway, if you can see this, it's $8.71 for a reservation fee, and then it's $9.19 for a booking fee, which I guess is Uber's portion. And then there's all these other fees, taxes, and then my tip, which I was tipping, I think, on the $40.57 or whatever it was after tax. I don't know, because they just show me an amount. I don't know what it's made of until I get the receipt. Anyway, I don't even have to pay for this. I was putting this on my expense report and I just happened to look at it because I was like, how the hell did I go from $40.57 to $34 more than that at $74.49? This is a lot of fucking money. Are you guys all looking at your receipts? Am I just catching on to this now? I looked at another receipt from that same trip and I had an airport trip, like a return trip from my airport to home. And I didn't have this like gigantic fee added to it. So I'm not really sure if this is a Denver thing. I don't know what it's all about. And I think I'm going to have to delve a little deeper into my Uber receipts. But I think that adding a full, what is this? This is $17 more, $18 more. That's a lot of fucking money. Like, nobody's thinking like, oh, here, it's going to be $40 to get to the airport. Oh, but then just figure in it's going to be another, like, 34 on top of that. This is getting insane. Like, are we just not questioning? Just look, I don't even know what to do about this. I'm just bitching right now. But I'm just wondering if this is like something that others have noticed. I don't take Ubers to the airport very often, and I'm going to have to start looking at all the receipts to see if I'm getting like gouged like this. Anyway, is this happening to you too? Let me know.
Are you going through this? Comment down below.
So I've been out all morning and I've been doing Uber today. I've been doing Uber Eats, picking up passengers and picking up groceries. I just don't do the pets. But why Uber just sent me a pickup for $2,005 to drop somebody off 12 hours from Illinois? Baby, that's a lot of money, but I am not going to be in a car with a total stranger for 12 hours and then have to drive back 12 hours by myself. But I did not know Uber was paying like that. If I knew that, I would have just grabbed a passenger and somebody I know to ride with me. That is insane. And that's actually a game changer, because 12 hours, I'll be out of $200 in gas and I'll stay where I'm going. That's a great amount. I just can't have a stranger in my car for 12 hours behind me.
All right, I'm back in Miami and I've just completed my first complete day of rideshare shift. And to no one's surprise, the horrible offers just keep coming. This was 11:40 p.m. I was, as you can see, by Palmetto Bay. I guess I was dropping somebody off there from the metro. All these rides were bad. I didn't accept this one, obviously, but I just screen grabbed it to see what the hell they think is fair. $8.51, going 14.1 miles in total, and taking a minimum, because those suggestions are always wrong, of 25 minutes when you add it up. 6 to pick up and 19 to drive up there. And you know what? At 11:40, there's no traffic. So let's just assume all that is super correct and accurate. You're still paying me less than $1 a mile. This is not an easy ride. You take the A26 all the way up. I'm in Palmetto Bay. Like, I'm south of Kendall. Like, this is just not good. But we're going to compare this to a ride I did later in the day. Wow. Are Premier rides being disguised as Uber X? How am I getting paid $14 for a 3-minute drive? And it only took about 2 minutes to get there. I was right by in the Brickell area. Nope. This is what happened with this ride, but it was still surprising. I dropped somebody off from the airport in the Brickell area. And I said, oh, look, there's a $3, there was a $3 surge right around this area. So I said, you know what? As I do always, I have all my categories off for that reason, especially because once you drop off that customer, if you already accepted a crappy ride, I wasn't going to be privy to the red map. And so I'm glad I did that. And every driver should do that. Always stop ride requests while you're driving. You don't want to be interrupted. So I dropped the guy off, and I see $3 in Brickell at, what was it? It was really late. It was like 1:30 at night. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll navigate to the $3. Sure as hell, I navigated to the $3, and I got a $9.17 offer from Rosa Sky. It's a nightclub here in Brickell area. Driving a few blocks to the Hyatt Regency. This is such a short trip, man. It's not even a mile. Look at that. It's not even a mile. But it was paying $9.17? Less than a mile? Okay, I have the $3. Let's pretend I didn't have the $3. They were still going to pay me $6.17? They must have been desperate. The Uber app gets desperate too. It's not only drivers that get desperate. The Uber app gets desperate. So I thought it was weird. It was like such a short ride, and I wasn't very far away. Like, I was right here in the Brickell area was where the surge was. So I drove over to Rosa Sky, and I dropped them off, and boom, $9. Now, lucky for me, they tipped an extra $5. There were some tourists from Mexico coming in. And I'm not complaining. But this, without surge, would have easily been an under $3 ride. This was like a $2.87 ride or a 2.78 ride. But it was paying $6 base plus the 3 and then the tip. That just doesn't make any sense. Now, right after that ride, I'm stuck in downtown Brickell and I just want to get home. It's already like 2 in the morning practically. So I'm looking for my last ride. I'm declining all sorts of $2, $3 orders. That's why that ride was a surprise. And I get this one going into the direction of my home. Now, it sucks because I drove 10 miles for $6 freaking, and I don't think the guy's gonna tip. It was a guy coming out of work. But look at the time and the distance in this ride, and they were paying me $6.28. So technically, this is the exact same fare, if you minus the $3 that they were gonna pay me for this ride. There's no explanation. Explain that. How is this ride without my $3 and without the tip paying me $6.17, and then this ride going way? Do you know how far that is? This is Stoplight City. This is US 1 stoplight. This is Bird Road stoplight all the way to 87th Avenue by Miller Drive. This is so far. The ride took forever. And then luckily the guy was calm. The guy was quiet. He just was a waiter getting home, So not what a horrible ride, but it's just paying the same amount that this ride was going to pay me? I don't know. I give up. I don't know why. None of the Uber pricing makes sense, especially in the slow season where they know that drivers are not getting ride offers. The demand isn't there, and we're all in the streets like little rats, like trying to find our little breadcrumbs. Gotta pay my light bill. Gotta pay my internet.
This is crazy. Is it cheaper to just get your own car? These costs add up over time. Well, tell me what you think, and thank you for watching. Until next time.